there. Welcome to the Springboard Hangouts with Comfort Okran. It's been an exciting week for you, I hope. I enjoyed it, especially based on what we did last week. We are back today and we are looking at part 2 of Her Mind Matters. We're talking about a dear woman, and we looked at her mind matters, and we looked at how an individual can identify him or herself, and then we looked at issues that can help us thrive as beautiful gardens from the Ghana Grows program. And Ghana Grows is an initiative of the MasterCard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation. Today we are going to look at you, the person interacting with your environment. How does it happen? And how can you still thrive, having moved from your individual self to the environment? Now, before we bring Gloria on, I want to find out today, if you are the weather forecast, what does the weather look like? Is it a stormy one? Is it going to be a sunny one? Is it one that we're going to go to the beach? Write the comments down there and let's have a conversation. Don't go anywhere. We are going for a quick break. We will be right back.
Learn something new every week and be inspired by innovations, impact, and success stories of individuals making strides in the agricultural, agribusiness, technical, and vocational skill sectors on Ghana Grows Ejuma with Araba Kumsin and Yabitha. Join us this and every Thursday on Facebook at 7 p.m. at Ghana Grows, also at Comfort Okran A and at Albert N.E. Okran. On Fridays at 4 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM and on Sundays at 5:45 p.m. on TV3. Ghana Grows is an initiative of MasterCard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation. If you are a young person and you want to be a part of our various interventions, call or WhatsApp Ghana Grows call center on 0308 255 775. Follow us on all our social media handles. Ghana Grows Ejuma. Hope Day.
Hi there and welcome back. The Teenpreneurship 2025, and it's happening at Usu Presby Church Hall, Ebenezer Church Hall, near in the stadium area, and it's for 5 glorious days. So I can't wait. In August 11th to 15th August. So if you have a teenager between the ages of 12 and 17, they have to be in Usu that day, those days. Don't miss. It's going to be a lot of fun. And guess what? It is free. So enroll your cousin or your sister or your friend in this program. Just call 0308 255 775 and they will get in there so far as the seats are still available. So, Gloria, let's continue our conversation. Last week we looked at the individual, and we saw what's how our mental health is important and things we can do to safeguard as well as encourage or make our mental health great to be able to thrive in the world. Mm-hmm. Tell me, what are some of the things that one can look out for in a romantic relationship that is thriving?
Okay. I think one of the things like being yourself around the other person. If you are talking about romantic relationship or even general relationship for that matter, there's the need for you to feel very relaxed, very comfortable. You don't have to feel as though you have to live in a particular way. Sometimes, especially as young people, we want to fit in. Mm-hmm. So we tend to do so much just because we want others to accept us. And I have seen a number of that during our sessions where young people try to, change themselves just because they want to fit in. They want to be accepted by a particular group of people. That is not a healthy relationship. That is not you being you. You should be able to feel free if you're in a relationship with someone, being it friendship or any other thing. It should be something that should bring the best out of you. It should make you better than you are. It shouldn't result in so much stress that you're always walking on eggshells based on, am I going to say something to hurt this person? So that is one thing you should look out for. Someone who is also there to listen. And, sometimes you want people to listen, just listen and not make them about them. Sometimes you start a conversation and all you need is a listening ear, and someone can just end the conversation and make it all about them. And that one is also not very healthy. It should be a collaborative effort. You should know when, you bring yourself in, when you have to just pay attention and listen to someone. Someone that celebrates with you. Sometimes you have good news and you want someone to share with. It's not always about, sharing your bad days. Sometimes something good happens and you just need that person you can actually share with, who will be genuinely happy for you, genuinely celebrate with you, So those are some of the things that you look at. Or someone who has the same value as you. It makes it easy for you to relate as compared to someone who doesn't have, you don't share similar values. There's a lot of discrepancies here and there. But once you share similar values, it's easy to flow. Yeah.
I love that. Similar values, easy to flow. And so that is where the first exercise in the first episode, if you haven't watched, I'm encouraging you to go and watch it, whereby we talked about how to identify who you are, including the kind of values that you view the life with, and how that, should I say, the prism, you when you pipe your interactions through it, it gives a particular angle to whatever you are facing in life. Gloria, thank you. That was beautiful. So, Gloria, we hanging out with our friends.
Yeah.
And presently, in our world, one of the places where we go to find out information about what is happening to our friends, family, and loved ones is social media. Now, social media has its good parts because, hey, I got to learn more about you from social media.
Yeah.
But sometimes it has its negative parts. Do you mind sharing with us what are some of the positives as well as the negative aspects of social media on one's mental health?
You've said it. There's a lot of good that is coming out of social media, giving young people opportunities. People just start by sharing their dreams, sharing what they can do, and it's taking them to places. So people are actually making it big on social media. However, it can be overwhelming if it is not regulated.
Okay.
There is a need for us to regulate our use. Even the screen time alone is not so good for us to be on the screen all the time. Sometimes you need that silence. You need that space. Because you've not given your mind the space to rest. You are more innovative when you are alone sometimes, when you are quiet, and then you have all these ideas coming in. You get it? If you're on social media, sometimes you can be inspired, which is a good thing based on what someone is doing. But overexposure to it and based on what you are watching can also lead you to a different, space altogether.
Wow.
So very important that you regulate your use of social media. Yeah.
So basically, we're saying that our social media can be a tool for good or for evil.
Yeah.
Now, it is important for us to delineate time where we say this time is spent for interacting on social media.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wean ourselves off our social media exposure. What we can do is use that time more ideally or in a way to make our lives better by doing more productive things during that period.
Yeah.
So, Gloria, thank you very much for that little share on our social media and how it can affect our mental health, either positively or negatively. So then we'll go for a quick break. When we return, we'll continue this important and acknowledge all the beautiful things in our lives. Don't go anywhere, you. We'll be right back.
Learn something new every week and be inspired by innovations, impact, and success stories of individuals making strides in the agricultural, agribusiness, technical, and vocational skill sectors on Ghana Grows Ejuma with Arabakumson and Yabitha. Join us this and every Thursday on Facebook at 7 p.m. at Ghana Grows, also at Comfort Okran A and at Albert N.E. Okran. On Fridays at 4 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM and on Sundays at 5:45 p.m. on TV3. Ghana Grows is an initiative of MasterCard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation. If you are a young person and you want to be a part of our various interventions, call or WhatsApp Ghana Grows call center on 0308 255 775. Follow us on all our social media handles. Ghana Grows Ejuma. Hope Day.
Welcome back to the Springboard Hangout with Comfort Okran. Today we are continuing our series on Dear Woman. And today, what are we talking to us about or to ourselves about? We're looking at Her Mind Matters. And we are hanging out with Gloria. And Gloria has been so wonderful to us. And she took us through how we engage in a community, be it with a community of friends or schoolmates or whatever, or in a community with a significant other. However, Gloria, here we are. We have a young person, and school can be stressful sometimes, can't it? We have a young person, a teenager who has just started menstruating, and we don't understand all the different changes that the body is going through on a regular basis, on a month-by-month basis. And then he or she is facing, or he, in this case, she is particularly, is facing challenges at school as well. So you have some form of rebellion and so on and so forth. How can you support such a young lady to understand what is going on and how she can be healthy mentally as well as engage the community around her to live a productive life as a young teenager?
So I am really hoping for a day where the study of mental health can be added to the curriculum right from the beginning, because most of us, we didn't even know what it was until we got to the university. I didn't know that there was even a course like psychology until I got to the university. Now I'm a clinical psychologist. But I believe that there are certain things that if we were taught right from the beginning, right from the beginning, it would have a great impact. So I'm hoping that we get there, but for now, again, it's education. We are even getting to some of the schools. I've been to some schools, and I do talk to young girls about even mental health and menstruation and the mood, that is associated with it. Because sometimes you are even upset and you don't even understand why you're upset. And you have to look at your calendar and say, okay, I'm at this side of the month. This has got to do something with my estrogen and, progesterone, the hormones that is associated with our menstruation. Okay. And sometimes having the knowledge about that is, being self-aware. What we spoke about the other time. Yeah. You are actually aware of who you are, aware of the space you find yourself, aware that, okay, I am feeling this way, I am feeling sad, or I am feeling this way because I'm on this schedule at this time of the month. This was happening. So having that explanation alone helps you to understand yourself. Now, young people may not know that. I mean, as I said, we are going on with the education, but then parents are also supposed to know and help them. You are supposed to talk to them.
Okay.
Sometimes I know that as parents it's difficult to be on top of our voices and all of that. But then sometimes you just have to give them grace, sit down, have that interaction, engage them. These things do not happen like overnight. When you are not like that with them, it will be difficult. It becomes like a teacher-student relationship. It's like you have to put in an effort to be able to get to the person. But if you have a free-flowing relationship with your kids, there needs to be a regulation. Yes, they have to know that you're a parent, but there should be a bit of flexibility. Where they can come to you and share without. Otherwise, if you put someone down on the spot and you're asking the person, what is this, what is that? It's so hard for them to respond because you've not built that rapport. You've not built that kind of relationship. But you can be having conversation, having a good time, and then you'll be asking questions without even them knowing. You are chipping in, trying to get information about their friends, who they are. Meanwhile, you're talking about something else. So it flows. You don't have to feel so stressed. Otherwise, when you don't do that, and now there's something that is wrong, and you want to find out, and you not put them on the spot, and you're asking them, oh, you don't get the answer. it will be difficult.
So you're saying that for this particular young lady, it's important that she builds a community or some relationship with the parents. And then she in this case, both parents, both the parents and the young lady, they have a role to play.
Exactly.
Talk about ordinary issues and then speak about the fact that sometimes, I don't even understand what is going on.
Yeah.
Mommy, can you help me?
Exactly.
And I guess that cry for help will bring the mother's attention to the fact that maybe this could be a result of the hormonal issues.
Exactly.
Maybe it's also just being naughty, but it doesn't matter. You just tell her, engage with her and tell her a better way of getting things done.
Yeah. And sometimes too, it's our response to certain things that has reinforced that. You get it? Maybe the way your parents respond to certain things makes it difficult for you to open up to them because you are scared. You are scared at the consequence of what may come out of it. So I'd rather keep quiet. However, if we give them that unconditional love, give them that room, give them that space, it's easier. You get it? It's like today that I understand, like that comforting, despite the fact that you make sure that you are guiding them and then giving them, what they are supposed to do. There's a way to receive it calmly, talk about it instead of, so sometimes it's the response that actually discourages them from wanting to open up and wanting to share.
Okay. So, in this case, thank you. I mean, you've been very, very, very helpful. In this case, where everything has failed, mommy and daddy's relationship is broken down.
Yeah.
What option is there for this young lady?
That's a lot. That's a lot that a lot of people deal with, like the traumas, because sometimes you want the kids thrive when the home is doing well, when mom and dad are doing okay. So when things like that are not happening now, it's about the person to find strength, to get certain tools that we've discussed to be able to help her know that, it's not her fault that things are happening this way. It doesn't mean that this is how her future is going to look like. It now becomes about her, how she can, stand And that is why I'm hoping that we are having some of these things in schools, so that kids, even schools, that you have counselors, you have people there that sometimes they can just go and pour out their hearts and get good counsel, to be able to help them to thrive. So at that point, they need a lot of help, and it's quite unfortunate that it's not everybody that is privileged to, get some of these helps. But I'm hoping that as young people are listening, as we are putting the information out there, we are going to be a better generation, better parents to our kids, and then, know more about these mental health issues and, be there for them and help them thrive. But for now, I'll just say that surrounding yourself with the right people, that you can, share your issues with. As I said, you need that one or two people in your life that every now and then when you feel overwhelmed, you can actually offload to, and also know that it will be fine. Like, keep telling yourself that it is going to be okay. You are not going to be under your parents forever. One day you grow, and then rather take some strength from it, that's mom and dad is doing that I do not like. When I grow up, I don't want to repeat the same thing. And it should be a strength. It should be something, an anchor that you keep pushing, because sometimes unintentionally these things happen. Like people who grow in an abusive home, they vow, I'm never going to do this, I'm never going to do that. But because they don't get the right support, they end up, and then the cycle continues. So I've seen a number of that in therapy. I saw my daddy do this. I said, I'll never do it. And here I am doing the same thing. How did that happen?
So it's about the guidelines that we put in place to support us in our quest to achieve as individuals.
Exactly.
And if you are there and you may have a challenge, mentally, or you may have an issue that you want somebody to talk to about, I'd like to encourage you to call our hotline. We do have certified clinical psychologists on our team, on the Ghana Grows program, who can support you. So do call our hotline on 0308 255 775. 0308 255 775. And the clinical psychologists are online. They are, there to support you. And don't think you have to pay anything. It is completely free. So, Glow. Charlie, sometimes all the plenty school that we go to is for, to put some cash in our pockets.
Yeah.
How does a young person who is so focused on the cash, and yet, and because of following that grill, sometimes it's so intense that if you listen to it and say, oh, take your time and breathe, you'll be like, breathe what? Charlie, I'm like, the next gig is landing now.
Yeah.
What would you say to such young people? What do we do about that?
Okay, so the first thing I'll say, I think I've mentioned it in our first episode, is...
But please, because some people, even though would encourage you to go and watch it. Yeah.
It's contentment.
Okay.
It's a big thing.
Okay.
To try and be content with what you have. Do you get my point? It's very key, because once you accept who you are and you know that this is what I have, this is the resources that I have, you can make the most out of it. Another thing is that you should enjoy what you are doing. There are a lot of people that are chasing things because they see someone doing it, the person is excelling at it, and so they want to do the same thing. Is that your calling? Is that your field? So let's give an example, like the biggest YouTuber we have in Ghana, Odue, and then you see that, oh, he's traveling the world, he's doing that, I want to do that, and then it's not happening for you because you want to do the same thing. Maybe that is not your strength. Maybe that is not your calling. Maybe you can thrive elsewhere. You can do something. You get it? So sometimes you look at certain people, and sometimes even young people don't pay attention to the process. They just see someone there, and they are not paying attention to what the person had to go through to be there. And so they want to use the quick way, and they end up being in trouble. If you want to be like someone, I would suggest that take your time and go and read about the person. Find stories about the person. You realize that most successful people have been through a lot. They fail. They had their down moments. They had time that they had to give up. So when you listen to those people, you will know that whatever journey you are going on, if it is not happening now, it's a process. And if it is something that you enjoy doing, it comes very easily. And as you are consistent, it will pay off eventually. So maybe that is something that we should know, that when you see someone up there, it didn't happen overnight.
It didn't happen overnight.
There was a lot of work.
Yeah.
There was a lot of crying, a lot of disappointments, a lot of no's and rejections. And that is what sometimes you don't pay attention to.
So they should get ready for the ride, because if they want to get to the top, they have to go through
that everything.
that process.
Go through the fire.
You having said this, you reminded me of a time when we were, our first business, and we had people and we didn't have any money to pay salaries at the end of the month.
Yeah.
In fact, there was one day when we had a 2-year-old, and all we had at home was gari, beans, and sugar.
Wow.
So since it's a 2-year-old, and when I talk about beans, I don't mean that it was it was just a small margarine tin of beans. And that was all that was in the house. So you can't say you are cooking it all for us to eat. You have to cook for the young person because he needs a protein. So all we were eating was gari and sugar.
Wow. And I'm sure most people don't know about this story. They only see Madam Comfort's okra there, excelling. I want to be like her.
But the gari and sugar days come, and you must be, and we were, as you said, content with where we are. We were at that time, but also willing to work to ensure that we would have a better future.
Wow.
So that's a fantastic thing that you just said.
Thank you for sharing your story too. I think it's going to help a lot of people. And I feel like we should get a lot more of this, people who have been successful. They should just tell us a bit of the young people, platforms to tell their story and tell their failures. Tell the time that they said no. Tell the time that you failed, with something, so that they know that it's okay.
It's okay
to fail.
It's okay to fail.
Yeah.
Because it's part of it.
It's part of it.
You fail and you realize that it's not going well, and then you say, okay, how do I work around this?
Exactly.
And based on that, how do I move on from there?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It makes life exciting because it's very unexpected.
Exactly. Exactly.
So let me find out. Is there any final words that you have to say to us about, to wrap up this 2-part series that we've had on the Springboard Hangout?
Yeah. So I would just love to tell anyone listening to me that there's absolutely nothing wrong with seeking help. There's absolutely nothing wrong with accepting that you are struggling at a certain point. You don't have to get it all figured out. Sometimes we find ourselves in certain positions that maybe we are leaders, or let's say I am a psychologist and so I don't have issues. No, I do. I have an outlet. I have a place where I can also share. So sometimes I feel that sometimes even because of certain positions that people do have, it's even harder for them to reach out because there's so much expectation. Just know that you are human and it's okay to have flaws. It's okay to seek help. Seeking help is actually a sign of strength. Make that bold step today and you realize that life will be easier. You don't have to figure it all by yourself. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Get help.
Seek help. Get help. Getting help makes things much easier for you. It helps you navigate the challenges that's maybe going on in your life. And most of all, you emerge stronger because you were able to talk to someone, get the right perspective on the challenges you are facing. And that young lady who may be watching us today, because you know that your mind matters, you would be willing to touch base with a helper in your house or maybe a helper outside the house, but someone who is well positioned to support you in your journey. And Ghana Grows Springboard Roadshow Foundation, we are there for you every single day. Therefore, until we come your way again with another exciting edition of the Springboard Hangout, know that you are loved. You are blessed. You are the most important person in the whole wide world. See you. Bye.
Zimbabwe, yeah. Here's where we turn around. Here's where we turn around. Make that change, turn around.